So there has been a massive MCU rumor going around for a little bit all over the internet that I really felt like I just had to speak about because to be honest, don't really like this rumor and news at all. And those of you who are watching this and have read the title, some of you have seen it, some of you probably haven't. But it is being said that Marvel wants to cast Tom Cruise as Iron Man for the next Avengers films. According to MTTSH, Marvel Studios reportedly wants to cast Tom Cruise as an Iron Man variant in the next Avengers films. Cruise was initially considered for the role of Tony Stark in the early stages of the MCU, but financial concerns at the time led to the selection of Robert Downey Jr. instead. Now, again, do I think this is actually going to happen? Probably not, but are Marvel considering doing this? 100% they are. Again, we know for a long time now that there's going to be a bunch of like different characters and all this type of stuff in Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Kang Dynasty, which is now titled Avengers Doomsday, right? We have seen cameos left, right, and center of all these different actors playing different variants of certain characters. Again, Deadpool and Wolverine had about fucking 888 different of these variants. But I think without giving a lot of spoilers away, a main one was obviously in the Doctor Strange movie where we got to see the fucking dude from A Quiet Place become Reed Richards for one film, obviously John Krasinski. And again, even though that was pretty cool at the time, I think it kind of worked because he was playing a character that was not yet established in the MCU, that didn't have a really iconic, I think, face to it like previously done. Again, you can't have another Tony Stark and Iron Man that's not Robert Downey Jr. I just don't think, right? And if you do, let's just say theoretically they do decide to do another Tony Stark in the MCU, I personally think it has to be a much younger actor who can maybe appear in another couple of movies or something like that and have a bigger role. I'm not necessarily liking the fact that they're going with a near 60-year-old guy in Tom Cruise who genuinely does look his age to be a Tony Stark variant. Again, I don't know if I'm going to really like it. If I see it on the screen in the movies, I might just be like, yeah, alright, cool. But it weirds me out because they have Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom now, as potentially Victor Von Doom, but as most commonly we expect it to be a Tony Stark variant. Why would you not just use Robert Downey Jr. to play this other Tony Stark variant that you potentially have in mind? Why are we bringing Tom Cruise in, a guy who, again, is, if he was to debut as Iron Man, he'd be basically 60 years old. Debuting as Iron Man at 60 years old, a man who was inconsiderate for the role like 16 plus years ago, 17, 18 years ago, I don't know if I really like it. Again, I'm not going to dislike it as much as some people on the internet are really stating their opinions on. As I said, if I see Tom Cruise appear as Iron Man, I'm just going to be like, alright, cool. I'm going to look at my mate and I'm going to be like, is that fucking Tom Cruise as Iron Man? But I'm definitely not going to have as much excitement as whether or not I saw Tobey Maguire pop up, where if I see that happen, I'm going to be shooting all garlic aioli sauce out of my penis out of excitement because of how awesome that is, right? I just don't know how I feel about them not, I wouldn't call it recasting Iron Man because it's really probably just going to be a cameo. But it just, to me, it seems like there are some characters you cannot recast, right? I really do think there are some characters and actors who are just so iconic as their role that you really just can't recast them. But then I think there are characters who I would like to see recast and I think can be recast. Again, Mark Ruffalo as Hulk is the most obvious answer. If you are going to have a variant, any character with a different actor, I think Hulk would be the most perfect one, especially considering the lack of Hulk we have seen in the MCU. But a character like Tony Stark, to me now it just always has to be Robert Downey Jr., really. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. It is by far the most iconic comic book casting ever to exist. And I just do not know if I can see anyone playing the role. Again, there's not really many other characters I would say that for. For a long time, I thought maybe Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but given Hugh Jackman's numerous blessings for there to be another Wolverine, I've also accepted that could happen. I'm actually okay with that, especially if they go with an actor I like. Again, as a kid, I would have told you Tobey Maguire. I still kind of believe Tobey Maguire. I mean, I think if Tobey Maguire had another 4th or 5th movie and joined the Avengers or something, it would have been fucking kick-ass. Again, they went with Andrew Garfield, then they went with Tom Holland. It's actually been okay. But still, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., I don't want to see him recast. It is my thoughts and opinions on the whole situation. I do genuinely think, though, they are going to definitely explore this. Will it happen? I don't know. But I think it's very obvious that if they were going to get anyone to play Tony Stark, I think there's probably only one other actor they would look at, and that would probably be Tom Cruise. Just because, obviously, there's an actual history there. There is a history of Tom Cruise, who was originally supposed to potentially be Iron Man. I still think they probably would have gone with Robert Downey Jr., even if they had the money, because Jon Favreau was just so sold on him, and Kevin Feige seemed to like him a lot. I think because there is a history there of Tom Cruise originally supposed to be Tony Stark, we could maybe see this happen. But it just, I don't know. I just don't care for it. If I see it, I see it. If I don't care. I think a lot of us are like that. A lot of opinions are going around online where we're just like, if it happens, it fucking happens, right? But yeah, obviously I think Robert Downey Jr. should be the only Iron Man we really forever and ever see, unless they, in the future, maybe 20 years, they find some actor who can absolutely imitate what Robert Downey Jr. did, who is the right age of 35 to 40, not fucking 60. Maybe future me in 10 to 20 years will come around like I did with Wolverine and Spider-Man, right? But right now, I'm not there. I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. recast as Iron Man, even if it is for a small cameo. I don't care for it. I don't want to see it. I don't know. I'd like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. Do you guys want to see another Iron Man? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it will happen? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest film, gaming content, all that type of stuff. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.